This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Started my digital inspection at 229 East 6th Street out here in National City. On top of a 3-tab shingle roof, got a couple different roofing systems on this property. We got the 3-tab shingle over here. We got some torch down modified bitumen that was used over here on this portion of the roof. More torch down over here that wraps around. And then we have another 3-tab roof over on this section. So we'll start off over here. You can see we've got a ton of repairs that have been done. All these mismatched shingles that we have on this section of the roof. But over here, this is the torch down material, and you can see all the granules have completely dissipated from this material. So oils on this material have evaporated, those granules have depleted, and now it's all fiberglass that is exposed, which is greatly affecting the waterproofing. At this point, this is no longer a waterproof system. You can see the material is no longer adhering to the decking underneath it, and you can also see just how loose everything is. We've got a rip here. This is all just starting to come apart. As far as this torch down material goes, same situation on this end. You can see all the granules that have depleted over the years. You can see all the missing shingles that we have going on throughout as well. And obviously once these shingles start to diminish and start to flop around in the wind, just like this stuff is, that's when you start to see these shingles start to rip off. Now, this torch down material on this flat roof is a major concern. None of this was installed properly in the first place. Nails were used to adhere this material to the decking itself, and obviously this is no longer waterproof. All this material is starting to rip up. You got a lot of rotten wood over here in this section. I'm not going to step over there because all that wood is completely rotten. My foot would more than likely go right through it. You can see we have more missing shingles over here, and that is the exposed decking. So that is going to cause a lot of wood rot during the next storm. And you can see throughout this perimeter of this top roof, all those shingles are completely missing. Coming back down over to this section, again, transition to another section where the torch down material was installed. And again, you can see nails were used to adhere this material to the drip edge as opposed to using heat the way that it's supposed to. All this material is no longer adhering to the material that's underneath it. You can see it's all starting to bubble up. And then you can also see just how loose this material is. This stuff is no longer waterproof. All that water is getting underneath it completely. So based off my digital inspection, this roof has gone well past any kind of repair. We are going to need to do a full re-roof on this property. What we would end up doing is tearing this roof down to the wood decking. We want to address any kind of bad wood that is underneath this roof. Wood repair is always an unknown variable. So we're going to tear this down to the decking, address that bad wood. Same thing over here on this section, and then same thing over here on this top section as well. Once all that material or all that wood is replaced, as far as the bad wood goes, then we'll start to install the new material. Now, as far as this section goes, we can go ahead and reinstall a torch down material. What I'm going to recommend doing is we'll just go ahead and install a shingle material, but we will use an upgraded titanium peel and stick underlayment to ensure proper waterproofing. So we'll go ahead and do an architectural shingle over this portion of the home. Same thing over here. We'll be replacing this 3-tab shingle with an architectural shingle. There is no exhaust ventilation on either of these roofs, so we're going to go ahead and be adding some O'Hagan exhaust fans to increase that airflow. 1, keep the house nice and cool. 2, keep the material nice and cool so that we can uphold any kind of manufacturer warranties that come along with it. Over at Build Brothers, we do not sub out any of our crews. We're a preferred Owens Corning preferred contractor, which means that this roof will come with a 50-year warranty from Owens Corning to go along with a lifetime workmanship over from us. As far as this flat section goes, I want to go ahead and upgrade this material to a TPO roofing material. TPO is more of a commercial grade product. The way that it's installed is it will turn this entire roof plane into one singular membrane. You'll notice that there is no roof to wall flashing here. It looks like all they did was go ahead and just smear a bunch of mastic over that material. So that is going to need to be adjusted as well. That TPO material is going to go up underneath the architectural shingle, and then the architectural shingle goes on top of that to ensure proper waterproofing. You can see that this material only came up to this portion, and now whenever it rains, water runs down this roof and gets directly underneath it. So this is a major concern right now, and there's definitely going to be some wood repair on this project. So there will definitely be wood repair on this project, more than likely a significant amount. That is something that the homeowner needs to be prepared for. But again, full tear off, all new architectural shingle on the sloped roofs. We're going to go TPO over here on the flat roofs, architectural shingle for this slope roof, and then we can do the same thing over here to match the rest of the property. That is it for my digital inspection.